May not be there yet, but you're closer than yesterday. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Oh, I don't know, right? I mean, is this that big downturn everyone was talking about? Are we heading down to the bottom? Is it going to be $1,000 for a Bitcoin? I don't know. Could just be another weekend dip, right? That's kind of what I'm hoping for and thinking. I mean, but we are below the $6,000 mark. But hey, you know what? We got Samantha in the chat today.
Good morning, everybody.
So go ahead, pile up your questions. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you got going on, because I don't really got a lot on the news. I definitely didn't want to get out here this morning and start spreading all kinds of FUD all over the place. Not that I have any kind of power to put the price down. Just that Bitcoin and altcoins and all this technology is so amazing that I'm not going to get out here and bash it today. It's taken enough of a beating. All right. But what are we looking at? Well, we got Bitcoin coming in at $5,877. That's down 3.44%. I mean, we've just seen Bitcoin being so stable lately that it feels kind of weird, actually, to see a 3.4% dip. Sucks a little to drop below that $6,000 line. I mean, you know, I don't know where it's going. We got Ethereum. It's like kissing $400. That's 409. That's down 5.9%. Ouch, right? I mean, I don't know. I even came across a couple articles this morning. They were talking about how Ethereum could possibly be, you know, doing even worse as we move further, you know, in comparison to the USD value. I mean, we got Ripple coming in at 42.9 cents. That's down 6.2%. That's hurting a little more. I mean, we got Bitcoin Cash, $656. That's down 6% as well. I mean, we got EOS coming in at $7.22. That's down 7.2%. Let me see. We got Litecoin, $73.93. Wow. That's down 5.7%. We got Stellar Lumas coming in at 17.3 cents. That's down almost 8%. Looks like we're going to get close to some double digits here. Cardano coming in at 11.5 cents. That's down 7.3%. And let's see how horrible I'm getting wrecked here on my Steam and Steam back dollars. Coming in, got a $1.22 for Steam. Not too much. That's down 2.75. I guess that's not too bad, even in comparison to Bitcoin. Still holding a little value there. And we got the Steam back dollar coming in at $1.05. Hey, that's where it used to be for quite a while back in the day, because I used to call it a dollar in tax. That's down 4.7%. So, you know, I don't know. If you got to get out of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, then you got to get out of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. You know, it's just that you never give up on it. Never lose your way. Always be paying attention to the news and the education. And you just got to get back in when you feel that the bottoms come in. You know, we were hearing that it came in. Now, all of a sudden, I'm hearing people saying that it's going to be lower. Personally, I've done all that I'm going to do to make sure that I'm taken care of for the next few months. I mean, it's kind of what you have to do. You know, I mean, if you look in retrospect and hindsight and all of that, a lot of people should have just cashed out a decent amount on what they had in 2017, so they would have had burn time to get through this, you know, bear market till the next bull run. And hey, you know, best thing we can do is say lesson learned with this, and hopefully do it next time. You know. So what do we got going on, Sam? It looks like you got a little bit of a chat piling up over there.
And there's a lot of people saying good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I really appreciate you guys coming out here, having another cup of coffee with me, trying to kick my day off right. Hey, today, I like traveling. You would think I'd be a homebody, but I like kind of getting out there and, you know, mingling through the airports and all that, people watching mostly. Traveling to Chicago today to go pick up my brother and road trip him back down here to Florida. So super stoked about that. Going to be way awesome. Downside, unfortunately, for you guys is that there's no live Q&A tomorrow.
Yep, I'll be here, but he'll be somewhere in between here and Chicago.
So I'm sorry, you guys. We'll do one next week. I mean, maybe we'll even start trying to harass my brother with this stuff and try to beat him down with a little cryptocurrency and make him feel awkward on the camera. But, you know, I do appreciate everything you guys are doing here for me. And I like that you guys are coming out here and joining me for the cup of coffee live so that we can make this show a little more interactive. So what do we got? We got any questions or anything like that? Before?
No.
I don't got a lot of news. I'll get into in a moment. I got that, you know, the ICO, the Mayweather, the fighter guy, the Floyd Mayweather one.
Yeah. No, we have just a bunch of people saying different stuff. The Rickus saying...
No fighting in the chat today,
no.
Please. Okay,
yeah,
guys. We all want to be friends here and get along.
The Rickus saying that when we go live, it doesn't start unless he refreshes the page, and he always misses like the first minute. But I don't know because I am horribly tech savvy, and I think I'm doing it right.
I've had that happen too with some of them, where it's like I see that they're about to come out in 20 minutes, and I'll put the page up, and then I'll leave it and walk away and start trying to make a sandwich and pour another cup of coffee and stuff like that. And it's like, wait, that should have went and started. And I'll go refresh because I'll notice the chat scrolling by like crazy, and next thing you know, they're on, and it's like, oh, what happened?
Yeah. JT Irby says the market doesn't reflect all the fever around currently. So weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You'd think it would be doing better than this.
I know. I mean, the technology is more sound than it's ever been. I mean, the Lightning Network. I mean, the adoption on that it's exponentially growing. So, I mean, once we can just get a nice graphic user interface, and I mean, now people are talking about being able to earn interest by putting up their Bitcoin and Lightning Network channel. I mean, that's what I thought at first, is that there's going to end up being some sort of system where you're collecting some sort of fees off of them using the Lightning Network. So even if you don't have a lot, there's going to be somebody that's coming together in a pool, and they're opening up a Lightning Network, and you can throw in your quarter of a Bitcoin or third of a Bitcoin or whatever, and actually collect a little bit of interest on it. I mean, absolutely nothing wrong with that, because I mean, as I talk about stuff, a lot of people are down on third parties. We're going to have them. I mean, you got to saddle up with the people that you don't want sometimes to get the job done. So, I mean, you just got to find the trusted third parties. You got to find the people and the companies that are out there that are working towards the same goals that we are, and, align yourself with them. Like how a lot of people think that Binance is a great exchange. Supposedly they're working towards creating a decentralized exchange. That's what we want. They think that's the next thing. Therefore, similar alignment and goals and views for the future, being able to work towards that together and using their exchange helps promote that. So what do we got going on?
We have I am asking. Crap, I just lost it because I'm horrible at chat. If the original idea of Bitcoin is being lost through adoption. Like, I mean, Satoshi's real purpose.
No, I mean, personally, I don't believe so. I believe that he did the best that he could do as one individual to try to help create the birth of a currency that is going to go out there and be for the people and be decentralized. And yes, he had more than that written into the white paper, but all good things with time must change and adapt to the situation at hand and to the way that life is. So, I mean, saying that the white paper has to be written in stone meant that Bitcoin would have never upgraded its protocol in any way. Once we started upgrading the protocol, I believe that we went along the path that we will do what is necessary to get Bitcoin to be what needs to be for us to have the currency that we need that's for the people.
Oh, the Rickest Rick says that he's going to make a custom shirt for us.
Ooh.
That'd be awesome.
That. I love it when people reach out to me. I have gotten a few things. I haven't seen him in a while or heard much from him, but my good friend Sasha over in Germany, he was the one that bought me the microphone that we're using. It was horrible back in the day. I was always recording off cell phone, and apparently there was a bad vibration, and there was traffic and all kinds of noises. So he sprung for the money and shipped me the mic. I've also had someone else, a good friend of ours, send us some books that I had done an episode on. He's in the chat a lot. Nordic Giant.
Nomadic. He always says Nordic.
What else?
Yeah.
There's been a couple things here and there. Oh, the socks. I got some socks. So yeah, I love it. You guys send me anything. And if you guys have projects going on, like I went ahead and put a link down below to the Rickiest Rick's website. He has cryptocurrency t-shirts. I seen that he put a couple more on there. They look cool. Which one did we like? We like the one with the Japan symbol.
I like the Japan tank top, and the international one was nice too. The white with all the orange.
So I mean, if
colors.
you got stuff like that, go ahead, shoot it my way. I mean, I don't have a ton of followers, but hey, I hit 1,000 people on mine. That was kind of cool. I'm at 999, so I was like, yes, that was cool. I noticed that one this morning. All right, so I should probably dig into the one little news topic I got today. Let me see, what do I got? Centra Tech, all right, they raised about $32 million in an ICO. Unfortunately, they were not smart enough to not be based in the United States.
Yeah, they're based out of Miami.
They're based out of Miami. So SEC's calling them security. New York has went and filed charges against them, the top 3 individuals from the ICO, apparently. Now, from the article, the way it was worded, I couldn't tell if they were already arrested for separate charges of fraud and wire tampering or something.
Wire fraud.
Or if they were arrested on these charges and that's the charges they gave them. So there was a little confusion with the wording. I probably could have found another article with some better wording. But the point is that these 3 people are in jail. They were scammy people. They've been scammy people since the beginning. They've seen the opportunity of making more money through running an ICO, which is pretty much half of them are cash grabs. I think now they're saying something like 70% of ICOs don't even make it to tokens now that get listed on exchanges. Haven't invested in an ICO yet. Not really planning on it. You guys know how I feel about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So, I mean, you know, I know I was saying at the beginning of this episode that, you know, if you got to get out of Bitcoin because you're one of those people that think that we're heading way down. I think I see James Bond in the chat there.
Yes, James Bond is in the chat.
Hey, buddy, thanks for coming out here today. So if you're like James Bond and you believe that Bitcoin's going all the way down to $1,000 and you get out right now, save the last little bit you got, just don't give up on it. You know, I mean, there is something that brought you here, right? And it's the technologies, it's the ideals, and it just may, I mean, you know, everyone keeps saying early days. Hey, maybe it's just a lot earlier than what you originally anticipated it to be, you know. It's going to get there. You know, people can't be oppressed forever. And this is definitely seeming like how money should be. I mean, since I've been in cryptocurrency, I love it every single day of it. What about you, Samantha? Anything going on in the chat? You got any comments? You have any remarks you would like to add?
No.
Something you'd like to put out on the internet for everybody to know?
No. James Bond says people going to jail for ICOs. Shocking. Right. Yeah, and then, Silent Lamb is here. He says, yo, bro, payday. Let's clean up.
Hey, buddy.
Paul says, my portfolio has been reduced to a Post-it note. Yeah.
I know. I keep hearing, I mean, hindsight is 2020, and that's the problem, is that as we're sitting here now, we're all like, boom, we all should have cashed out back in December, you know, and bought back in whenever this bottom comes in, if it is the bottom. Watching the slow decline across 6 months, it's like torture. I mean, I think I'd rather have my fingernails peeled off and salt and, you know, lemon squeezed in the freaking sores over what has just happened over the last 6 months. I mean, we all thought we were like Lambo, right? Lambo, 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 everybody was saying, being rich. I mean, hey, you know, you learn, you live, you take profit. It got the word out there. I mean, at most, if we come way back down, we got the word out there to people, you know, just like Mt. Gox did. I think that was kind of one of the ways I had first heard of it. I don't even know what the first way I had heard of it. I just know that when I dug into it, Samantha had asked me what Bitcoin was, and I was like, I've heard of it. And I couldn't even actually recall or recollect where I had originally come across what the ideal of Bitcoin was. Maybe this is the event that'll do it for another few billion people, right? I mean, ask, as they keep saying, the numbers in the UK of the kids who have heard about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is astonishing. I mean, billions of people who never heard of what cryptocurrency is kind of have heard it or seen it pass across their eyes. And that kind of stuff you can't do. You can't buy that.
JT Herbie says if you're looking short term, you're short on vision. And Vention's here, and Vention.
I know, and it's that I don't necessarily want to get out here and be like one of those other YouTubers where they're always like saying, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Well, I mean, we've had a lot of dips, and if you bought all these dips all the way down for the last 6 months, you kind of wasted a whole bunch of money, you know, and that's why I keep saying that you have to formulate your own opinions. You got to understand the market. Education is more important than actually investing, because if you don't have the education to be investing at the right exact time, you're just kind of throwing darts without looking at the board.
Have a plan.
Yeah, and I mean, having a plan isn't just, oh, I heard of this coin and I read this. I mean, I could tell you the first year I was in cryptocurrency, I probably had no real clue what I was doing in comparison to what's going on now and how I understand at this moment. I mean, I literally sat in the Poloniex box and bought coins just based on what people were saying because I was like, oh, they're talking about it. That's next. It's next. Let me buy it. Frig, get $100 on it. Quick, buy more at Coinbase. It's going to moon. It's going to moon. I need to double, triple this. Maybe I can quit my job.
Mention MGTOW is saying that that he's down about $780,000, and that he's not selling. That he has his Bitcoin that stay in his Trezor locked up safe. I mean, like,
I know it gets hard because there's always there's how much money you put in and what it's valued at now, and a lot of times it's a loss for, I mean, I would say a good third of the people here in the cryptocurrency space because they came in because of the peak. Then there's cryptocurrency that you bought that you've seen the price go real high and you didn't sell, and now the price has come back down, and you're looking at it. It's the knowing that you had it and that it's gone, even though you've had the same exact amount of Bitcoin the whole time. You know what I mean? Like if you had one Bitcoin that you bought at $1,000 and then you watched it go to $20,000 and then you didn't take the profit and now you're looking at a $6,000 Bitcoin, you're probably mad. You're like, right? Like,
yeah.
And it is short-term looking, but then at the same time, it's the other thinking that gets in the way, and you're like, oh, well, if I had sold at $20,000 and I waited till this bottom comes in at 4 or whatever, I could have bought 5, and then, you know, when it goes up to $100,000, I would have had $500,000. I mean, that kind of thinking, you'd rule the world, you'd have all the money, the women would be all yours, right? I mean, that's why hindsight is 2020. The best thing you can do is to just make sure you learn, and that's why I always talk about you hope for the best, you prepare for the worst, you know, you get out there, you do what you got to do, and you just put your family first, because you can't take none of this with you. The best you can do is try to do your part to, you know, make enough money to take care of your family and promote cryptocurrency so that it can do better in the next generation, so that the people aren't being oppressed like we are, you know.
Oh, the Bitcoin Crypto News Education says he will buy you the shirt to help the Rickiest Rick out because he hasn't sold anything yet.
Oh, the Rickiest Rick hasn't sold anything yet?
He's still waiting for anybody to buy his stuff. It's good stuff, people.
It takes a lot to get out there. I mean, when I first started this, I was trying to find all kinds of ways to monetize this video and stuff. And remember, I had made a store too and was designing shirts and everything. I think I didn't even got a single view.
I know. We closed it down because it was just like, wow.
I must have spent like 2 or 3 weeks straight and had designed like 30 shirts and sweatshirts and hats and all kinds of stuff, and I thought, oh yeah, people are gonna be all over this stuff. You know, cryptocurrency is exploding, everyone's gonna want to be wearing this stuff. Nah. There's a lot of, I mean, nothing against you, Rickiest Rick. You know,
your stuff looks way better than what we had going on.
I hope that it goes over well for you and everything. All you got to do is get out there and promote it. It's pretty much just putting stuff in front of people's faces, you know.
There's a lot of other like shirts and stuff in there. Van life. Oh, come on. There's a lot.
Yes, Samantha did like that.
I love it.
Section.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Well, I got to go pack my bag. I got to make sure that I get everybody fed and watered around here, meaning the birds, not Samantha.
No, I can feed and water myself.
But I want you guys to have a great weekend. I want you not to get stressed out too bad over this. I mean, watch. When we turn around, I'm going to be back on here Monday, and the price is going to be like back to normal or something stupid. It's going to be 6.2, right? All right, you guys. All kinds of tools, affiliation codes, links. I mean, free help desk service is the best thing I got for you. It's eugeneforest20@gmail.com. Please shoot me those emails. If you got a question, don't hesitate at all. That is exactly why I'm here. That's what I want to do. And hey, you know what? It doesn't cost you a thing. There's no 0.1, 0.01 or anything crazy like that. Not that it's a lot of money anymore, but it was at one point. All right, you guys, come on over to Steam It. All right. It's a great platform, for, in other words, to try to, you know, get these content creators like me and other ones some money, you know, to help us keep this stuff going. Equipment's not free and it's not cheap. Because YouTube don't pay. We all know that. All right, you guys. Take it easy. remember to keep your Bitcoin safe.
Bye, everybody.